Hello students, today we are going to study the chapter from your grammar, that is pronoun. As you have studied or know that what are the different parts of speech, there are total 8 parts of speech in grammar, that is noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, prepositions, conjunctions and interjections. So you have a brief or previous idea about what is a pronoun. But still we will just revise the definition of pronoun and then we will study the different types of pronoun and along with the examples. So let us revise first what is a pronoun. Sorry. Pronoun is a word that is used in the place of noun. When there is the repetition of noun and when there is no need of noun, then we use the pronoun. Like Ram is a good boy, Ram goes to the school regularly, Ram studies well, Ram stands first in the class. So these sentences do not sound good because the repetition of Ram. But we can replace the word Ram by using a pronoun. Like Ram is a good boy, he goes to the school regularly, he studies well and he stands first in the exam. So we are replacing the word Ram by using the word that is he. So he is the example of the word that is pronoun. So now we are coming in the next slide about the types of pronoun. You can see the types of pronoun there. They are divided into 8 classes. Personal pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, relative pronoun, interrogative pronoun, distributive pronoun, reflexive and emphatic pronoun and indefinite pronoun, and the last one is reciprocal pronoun. So first of all we need to know what is a personal pronoun, because I am going to discuss all the pronouns one by one in the slides and with the help of the examples. So that will help you to understand better. So next we are coming to the next slide about the personal pronoun. What is a personal pronoun? You see the chart there. That personal pronoun is so called because they stand for the persons. We know there are 3 persons, first person, second person and third person. So what are the uses of the pronoun if they stand for these persons? You see the chart there that it is written the first person. First person, what happens in case of, but there are 3 cases. First one is the nominative case when personal pronoun uses subject, and second one is the accusative case, that is the personal pronoun used as object, and third one is the possessive or pronouns. So see the first example, the first singular one, first singular first person, that is in the nominative case, that is I, and in the accusative case, that is me, and in the possessive pronouns, that is mine. Now we are coming to the second person, that is you in the nominative case. In the objective case, that is you, that remains same, and in the possessive case, that remains yours. And I have set also a last box with this, and it is written there that possessive adjective. And what is this possessive adjective? Because I have just mentioned the positive adjective there because it is going to differentiate from the possessive pronoun. That is so different from the possessive pronoun. Don't be confused with the possessive adjectives and the possessive pronouns. So now we are coming to the third singular, that is in case of male, that is he in the nominative case, him is in the accusative case, and he is in the possessive case. And in the case of female, what happens? She is in the nominative case, her is in the accusative case, and hers is in the possessive case. And in case of it remains same in both the cases of the nominative and accusative, but it changes in the case of possessive one, that we call its. And now we are coming to the plural form, that we is in the case of subjective one or the nominative one, us is the case of the accusative or the objective one, and ours is the case of the possessive one. That follows in the same way with you and they. They is in the nominative case, as you can see from the chart, and them is in the accusative case or the objective one, and theirs is in the possessive pronoun. So these are the divisions of personal pronouns. Be very careful because you can obviously find this a bit confusing with the possessive adjectives. Don't be confused with the possessive adjectives and possessive pronouns. See this chart very well, and there are the three persons I have indicated or explained. And now we are coming to the second pronoun. That one is the demonstrative pronoun. So you know from the name what is demonstrative. Demonstration is something to present, to show, to indicate. So you can definitely guess what can be the pronouns. The words like these, that, these, such, so. So that's when they are used alone, they are called the demonstrative pronouns. But when they are with nouns, they are called adjectives. See this difference, children? That when they are used alone, they are called demonstrative pronouns. But when they are with adjectives, they are called when they are with nouns, they are called the adjectives. So you see the demonstrative pronouns. You see the picture there, children. That there are the several pictures. That the first boy is showing. Those are the apples. Then the second one. This is an apple. The third one, that is an apple. And the fourth one, these are the apples. So they are indicating to certain things. So these are called, that's why those, that, these, such. When you use this word, we call these words the demonstrative pronouns. Next, in the next slide, we are going to see the relative pronouns. Okay, if you have any idea about the relative clause, then we used to see the use of the relative pronouns, because relative pronoun introduces the relative clauses. The most common relative pronouns, most of the WH words are used as relative pronouns. The most common are who, whom, which, where. The relative pronoun we use depends on what they are referring and whom they are referring. So let us see from the chart that what are these relative pronouns and what is their use. The first one you see, that is who. Used for who, we use for people. For example, you see the woman who called yesterday wants to buy the house. Here who is referring to the woman. In the next example, that is in the case of which, that we use for in case of animals and things, not in for the people. So example you see, did you see the letter which came today? So here the relative pronoun which refers to the word that is later. And the next example, I love the puppy which is jumping at the kitchen. So here the relative pronoun which refers to the animal that is puppy. So and now we are coming to whose. So whose actually refers to the possession. It can be for the people, it can be for the animals. So whose. So an example you see, the man whose opinion he is the man whose opinion I respect. Or she is the student whose handwriting is very good. So it's the possession of something that the person has. It's the opinion of the first person and the handwriting of the student. So here whose refers to the relative pronoun. Then we are coming to the next example, that is whom. We use it for people and also for the object. Person is the object. So here it is used the people when the person is object. So here the person acts like the object. See the example, the author whom you criticized in your review has written a letter in reply. So here the person, the subject, here author, the word author, that refers to the object also. And here whom refers to the relative pronoun. Now we are coming to the last example, that is that, used for the people, things and animals. So you can use it anywhere. The girl that we met in France has sent us a card. The first one that refers to a person or a people, that is the girl, the person, living person. We live in a ground floor flat that backs into a busy street. Here that refers to a flat, that is the object, is the thing. Do you like the cat that is sleeping underneath the table? So here that refers to an animal. So here that can be used for the people, for animals and for the things. So these are the examples. There are other examples also. These are the few examples of relative pronoun. Basically, most of them are the WH words. Next, we are coming to interrogative pronouns. You can understand from the term interrogative, the interrogation, asking question. Yes, definitely the pronouns that helps us to ask question, we call them interrogative pronoun. So let us see the example from the chart. And most of the WH word that helps in case of interrogative pronouns. But how we can identify from the relative pronoun and the interrogative pronoun? Relative pronoun refers to introduce the relative pronoun, relative clause. But here interrogative pronouns, they helps to ask question. Because don't be confused with the WH word, because they have been used in the relative pronoun, and here also in interrogative pronouns case, we are also going to see the use of the WH words. So don't be confused, because WH words here in case of interrogative pronouns, they helps us to ask question. See the first one, who. It is used for the people and it is used as the subject of a verb. See the example, who loves pies? Who owned yesterday? Here who, that refers to the people who loves, and the people loves pie. So here who as example is used here as the subject and subject to the verb. And next we are coming to whom. For people is used for people and used as the object of a verb or a preposition. See example, you saw whom. So first one, whom has been used as a subject to the verb, that is saw. And in the next example, you went with whom. So in the next example, whom refers or indicates or qualifies the preposition, that is with. And now we are coming to the next example, that is whose. Is used for the people, because possessions in the previous slide only we see the use of whose in case referring to the case of possessions. So here whose. Whose is this? Whose own the race? So these are the examples of the pronoun whose. What? It is used for the people. It can be used for animals and things. What can be used for people and animals and also for the things? If I take the examples, what is this? What do you mean? So this is also the what has been used here as the subject to the verb. Then we are coming to the next example, that is which. It is used for people, it is used for the animals and the things also. Then use which, the word that has been also used as the subject. Which is much smarter, which is faster, which is heavier. So children, these are the examples of the interrogative pronoun. Time and again I am saying the same thing. The WH word that helps to introduce the relative clause, that calls relative pronoun, and the WH word that helps to ask question, that is called the interrogative pronoun. Be very clear about it. Next, in the next slide we are going to study about distributive pronoun. So distributive means there are certain pronouns like each, either, neither, that helps to separate one thing from the other, that helps to separate one person from the group. So let us see the examples, children. You can drink either tea or coffee. So here the word either is helping to separate between two options, either tea or coffee. In the next example, she can neither see TV nor play. Then here the word neither refers to the things that she does not have the option to see TV or to play. In the next example, each of us bought the book. So it's talking about the each individual. In the next example, give the chocolates to each. So here it's also differentiating that each should be given the chocolate. So the main purpose of distributive pronoun is to separate one thing from the other and separate a person from the group. These are the examples of the distributive pronoun. In the next slide, we are going to study about reflexive and emphatic pronouns. Emphatic is not reflexive here in order to give emphasis on certain things, focus on certain things or the context or on the person. about the person, to give emphasis on the person, we use the reflexive and the emphatic pronouns. Reflexive and emphatic pronouns are formed by adding self to singular pronoun, that is mine, your, him, her, and selves to the plural one like our, your, them, by forming myself, yourself, himself, herself, and ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. Okay, let us see the example from the chart. The first one is saying John can do it himself. Here the antecedent is John. That is talking about the person, that is John himself, because John can do it himself. It's giving emphasis on the person, that is John. So himself refers to the reflexive and emphatic pronoun. Next we are coming to the examples, that is women must create the world they want themselves. So here the antecedent of themselves is the women. It talks about the women. Themselves refer to the women. So themselves talks about the emphatic pronoun because it's giving emphasis on the women. Okay, so here are the examples of the reflexive and emphatic pronouns. You just simply keep it in mind that where you will see the self or the selves, use of SELF self in case of singular one, singular pronoun, and SELVES in case of the plural pronoun. Then that must be the case of, or that must be the example of reflexive and emphatic pronouns. In the next class, we are going to know about indefinite pronouns. You know the meaning of the word indefinite? You can guess. Indefinite means nothing confirmed. It's nothing fixed. It's in a general, you are indicating something in a general manner. See the definition? Indefinite pronoun do not point out any particular person or thing like the demonstrative, but refer to the persons or thing in a general manner. So the definition, you see the examples from the chart, dear students, that the first one says, the girl is saying, I have eaten everything that is in my fridge. So everything, she is not mentioning particular things, the chocolate or the cake or the apple or the fruit, but simply she is saying that I have eaten everything in my fridge. In the second example, she is saying, I have nothing for breakfast. So what she is saying, she is indicating that there is nothing for her in the breakfast. And then there is also the third one, I need to find something. So find something, that can be anything. So it is not also clear, it is also not confirmed or what the thing she is particularly mentioning. So anything would be okay. So anything would be okay. A chocolate, an apple, and cake, anything would be okay. So here the word nothing, everything, something, anything, that refers to the pronoun that is used in general sense but not in a particular one. In the next slide we are going to know about reciprocal pronouns, that is the last pronoun we are going to study. So we don't have much use of the reciprocal pronoun, but we are going to study that. We use reciprocal pronouns where each of the two or more subjects is acting in the same way towards the other. Here both the subjects are acting in the same way. That is, we call the reciprocal pronoun. Let us make it clear by seeing the examples. First you see what are the examples? That is the each other and one another. Mary and John gave each other gold rings on their wedding day. You see the example? So each other, here each other refers to both Mary and John because they both are doing the same thing. Mary and John gave each other the gold rings on their wedding. And the next example it says, Ram and Meena were talking to each other in the hallway. Here it refers to both Ram and Meena because they talk to each other in the hallway. And the third one is we give each other the gifts during the holidays. So it refers to the us. We are doing the same thing. So that is refers to the reciprocal pronoun. And the last one, the students congratulated one another after giving practice speeches. So it also refers to the students who has done the thing, same thing and he has congratulated one and one another. So here the reciprocal pronouns each other and one another, which refers to the subjects who are acting in the same way. You just keep in mind the examples of each other and one another. When you will see the use of it, then you are going to understand these are the examples of the reciprocal pronoun. Okay, so I think that is I have covered all the definition of pronoun and all the types of it. So in the study material, in the question bank also, I have given you certain questions. I hope you will go through the video once again if it's not clear to you, and then you will go through the questions. Thank you, dear students.